Do you want to cuddle? Oh, let's get that needle off the floor. Hey, buddy. Do you want to say hi to our YouTube friends? Oh, hey, Finn. Hello from Finnegan. He does not want to say hello. Oh, just want to molt. Alrighty, well, hello, welcome to Mad About You YouTube channel. My name is Madeleine. I use she and her pronouns, and I come to you today on the land of the Gubby Gubby people of the Sunshine Coast. And in the spirit of reconciliation, I would like to acknowledge them as the traditional custodians of this land that I come to you on today. It is the 30th of November, and I'm just turning my watch off. Yeah, so it's Saturday the 30th of November. This is going to be, I guess, an October and November in review video, which hopefully I will get up tonight because Vlogmas starts tomorrow. And sorry, that's a cat shaking that camera there. Yeah, so where are we at? That's where we're at. It is, yeah, Vlogmas starts tomorrow, because it's the 1st of December and I can't believe how quickly this year has gone. So if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back, and if you're a new viewer, welcome. This is where I usually talk about anything crafty, what's going on in my life, any finished objects, etc, etc. And so let's get on to it. This is episode number 78 for this year. I have a finished object. Let me take you through it. The last couple of episodes I've spoken about my turtle dove shawl. It is a pattern by Sari Nordland. I knit it over the period of, let me just bring up my Ravelry down here, my projects. So yeah, it is a cabled, oh, I honestly thought I had marked it as finished. I finished it a month ago, but apparently it's still a whip on my Ravelry. I was not expecting that. Well, yes, I finished it about a month ago. It was the end of October, sorry. So yeah, a month ago. And so yeah, this is the pattern here. It is a Sari Nordland pattern, like I said, and I knit this in yarn from one of my favourite Australian yarn dyers, Mel from 3 Cats Yarn. It is this beautiful all over cabled and bobble pattern, and I knit it from, I started it in June and I finished it at the end of October. It had a very long hiatus period, and then I finished it. I actually remember, which way is the direction that I started? Yeah. So last time you saw it on the podcast, I was here where I've stitch markers. I actually have not washed or blocked it. It has sat on the back of my couch for a month since I finished it. But I would say that in about a 2-week period, I knit the whole thing. Like, from that section, which was before the halfway, or is it yeah, it's like well and truly before the halfway point. I think it's at the end of the second chart, no, end of the first chart, and then I knit the next, there's 4 charts, I knit the next couple. I'm rambling, I really haven't got any notes. I just wanted to get a video out by the end of the month, so it is a bit of a waffle. Yeah, so this is beautiful. Sorry, the yarn. Oh, I didn't take my ADHD meds today, and my brain is all over the place. I apologize. So cable and lace and bobbles, or not lace, sorry, cable and yeah, amazing. Now the reason I'm holding it so close is I want you to see how fluffy it is, because I used this yarn by Mel, and so I have a whole bunch left over too. So it's silvery alpaca, it's the fluff, and this is a merino sock yarn for the other yarn. Yeah, so suri lace and 4-ply fingering, so it's a superwash merino nylon. Oh, sorry. situation. And that's Mel's business details. But Mel is about to take a hiatus for the next 12 months for her shop. So I think by the end of this year. So if you're interested, she might have some stuff available. I don't know if she's doing a full hiatus or if she's going just to wholesale, which when I met up with her, maybe like in September or October, I think it was September. She did tell me and I can't remember. So anyway, that was that project. I love it. I was inspired to cast on by my online friend Ash from Smash Knits. She actually gifted me the pattern after I complimented her on hers and I thought it was stunning. So yeah, it was a beautiful pattern. I don't know that I would make one again purely for how practical is it going to be where I live. Not very. It's quite a small kind of little shawlette thing, but I wanted the challenge of the intricacies of that pattern. I did make a couple of mistakes and had to tink back quite a bit towards the end, and then I just like soldiered through. And that was totally a me problem, and I realized the pattern was wrong and I thought I'd made a fix on the fly. And look, unless you've written the pattern, I don't suggest like just randomly thinking you can fix a cabled pattern and it work, because it didn't for me. But anyway, yeah, so that's that. Literally, that's it. And then I made a washcloth because a friend of my mum's had a baby, so my mum was knitting some washcloths, so I contributed one to that. And basically I finished this, I knit the washcloth, and I think that would have been the first week of November, because I was planning on joining the mini mock neck or the summer. There was a Cal that that Mindful Melbourne maker Kath was running with another friend to make a summer top, and I had totally planned on doing that. And then I had to knit this washcloth, and then after that I haven't knit, I would say, in over a month. Or it's not quite a month, probably like 3.5 weeks. I've read a lot of books on my Kindle. But yeah, I have actually not knit a single thing. So yeah, this will be a short podcast because we're almost at everything. Oh, we're nearly at 8 minutes. So yeah, I'm just looking around here because tomorrow is the 1st of December, so it's time for some Christmas knitting. And I want to talk you through what I'm planning on knitting in my whip section for December. But I feel like I put the yarn in a project bag already, and I don't know what I've done with that. So that's really unhelpful. Oh my god, it's right at my feet. No, that's the leftovers from the washcloth. Oh my goodness. I'm a hot mess. Let me find this yarn. Coming to New York. Okay, I've got it. Alright, so it is Christmas time. I don't have an advent this year. I'm still trying to try Vlogmas, so we'll see how that goes. But I did buy this beautiful yarn from Susan, Ash and Eve. You have seen it before if you watched my vlog about the Brisbane, the Yarn Bowl's 5th birthday market celebration. So my plan is actually to cast on, I think I've seen Ali from Fiberbound do this before, cast on my cuff just in like a plain white yarn. I actually might do that tonight while I watch some TV. And so I'll knit the cuff, and then I'm going to knit this yarn here at self-striping, and it's just going to be my December knitting project. I do have a little bit of travel that I'm doing in a couple of weeks. I'm heading to Canberra for a uni reunion. Excuse me. And I wanted to have something to knit while I was traveling that was portable, and I'm not getting an advent, so there's no need to like feel the pressure to knit advent knitting either. But we will talk about what you can do with advents in a moment. So that's it that's a future work in progress. All right. Now, lastly, this will probably be my last proper episode for the year, or I may do one at the end of December, but depending on how Vlogmas goes, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm so sweaty in my room. I should have turned the fan on. So yeah, starting New Year's, I'm hosting the Bougie Blanket Make Along. So there's a video I'll link somewhere up here if you want to go watch that if you haven't seen it already, but a bunch of us are gonna knit a bougie blanket come next year. I still haven't decided on my contrast, on like the yarns that I'm going to use for that. It is either my my friend vent yarn, which is in that glass jar over there, or I think my Ash and Eve minis gifted by Susan. I think that's my current plan, but I think maybe it would be best if I do my friend vent yarn, because I don't know what else, and that's like a really lovely memento, I guess, for that time of my life when in 2022 when I did that with my knitting friends, or my yarny friends. Alright, I have nothing really new knitting related to tell you. I haven't been knitting. I've been having a lot of I guess this kind of feels like burnout. I had a really, I guess, intense reaction to like political stuff globally. Not an intense reaction. I just had lots of feelings around the outcomes of certain things. And so that was interesting. School's gotten really busy as well. We have reports due in on Monday. I have, yes, as of yesterday afternoon, finished all of my marking, but now I have like recording to do for all of my students that have like different learning difficulties or additional needs, and we document all of the stuff we've done across the last semester and upload that for verification. And I have like got my notes in my diary, but I haven't put it in a document that I can upload, so I've got to do all of that next week. There's a bunch of other stuff. I am super fortunate, I guess, that I live in Queensland, and so we go on school holidays early in December, so we go back kind of mid-January, but I do get a nice break before Christmas and then the rest of the holidays. We do have a 10 or an 11-week term this term. In term 4 we don't usually have that. It's usually 9 in my system. I work at a non-government school system, so my friends who are working for Education Queensland are doing an 11-week term 4, and this term is a really hard slog. I think particularly, I'd say term 3 is the hardest, or it feels like the most intense, but for this one it's really, at least in my school, we get reports out by the end of this last week of school, so assessing like right through till this week, and then basically turning around all of my assessments been really tricky, but I did get some planning days as an early career teacher, so that was helpful, and I used those Thursday, Friday to actually just basically spend the whole day at school marking. But I actually did end up taking 2 of my classes just because we couldn't sort relief stuff out, so that was fine. Sorry, all of that to say, in the meantime I have been reading a lot. So I've mostly been reading through Kindle Unlimited. I don't want to say how many books I've read this year because it's a lot, but to be fair, like I've read 3 books last weekend because they're just really potato chippy and read on my Kindle, and I speed read, so that's not the best. But yeah, so my favorite authors, I guess, that I've been reading recently, if you're into sports romances, I've really enjoyed Jenni Barra and Brittanee Nicole have a couple of books. I've only really found them recently, and they are writing like hockey, and there's like some baseball in there as well, which like it's more about the character and the world building, but I love a story that's interconnected. I think my favorite romance authors that I've read in the last maybe 2 years, or even since the middle of last year, is Karla Sorensen and Kandi Steiner. I love their writing. I've really, like I said, Brittanee Nicole and Jenni Barra, I've really enjoyed a couple of their books more recently. Gosh, like in the last 3 weeks I can see that I've read a lot of books. I like Formula 1, so I've read a couple of Formula 1 books as well. And then actually I really loved this series by Catherine Andrews called Starving for Southern, and like has lots of recipes and stuff in it for like sweets and treats and drinks and stuff, so that's cool. And I actually did like open the website because she has all of those recipes. They're like family recipes. She must be a baker as well. So yeah, and then I have bought a whole bunch of books to read on my Kindle that are really academic, or like stuff for teaching for next year. And so that's kind of my plan for on the holidays, is what I will be, sorry, I'm just getting myself back to my library, what I will be reading over the holidays. So like Revolutions and Revolutionaries by AJP Taylor, who's a modern historian who kind of looks at World War II, or like, let's say he's a 20th century historian, and so I use him as an example a lot at school, particularly in my World War II unit. And so there's a couple of books that I have wanted to read of his for ages that I haven't read before, and then I found them on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm gonna read those. And then I was talking to Astrid of Waddle and Wool, and we were talking about our favorite fan fictions. So I've got a few new recommendations from Astrid that I'm going to look at on the holidays as well. So I assume I'll be doing a lot of reading, but hopefully I'll be able to read and knit at the same time, but the dual concentration will require me to probably read slower, which will be good. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna edit this super quickly and hopefully get it up tonight so that you can watch it tomorrow. Vlogmas starts tomorrow. I didn't do Vlogmas last year because literally this time last year I was getting on a plane to go to Vietnam, because we finished school a week earlier. So you'll get to see a little bit of my school, like getting to school and school stuff, and then I guess what I get up to before I go. I'm not sure about the week that I'm away, how that's going to work. Yeah, we're going to give Vlogmas a go. I just sold my Christmas tree because it doesn't really fit here, so I'm like, gotta figure out how Vlogmas is going to happen. But that'll be up probably Monday, I would say. So yeah, thank you for joining me for this waffly blather of nearly 20 minutes that I was not expecting. If you want to find me online in other places, obviously here I'm Mad About You podcast. Am I? Yeah, Mad About You podcast. I'm Mad Bell on Ravelry, and I'm Mad About You with the dots on Instagram. You can follow me on any of those places. You can friend me on Ravelry. I don't have a Ravelry group, but I do like to, I like it when people send me a little, we become friends on Ravelry, if that works for you. Otherwise, yeah, see me around on the internet, and hopefully you'll check out Vlogmas. Okay, I'm gonna go. This is weird. I can't end it. Nice to see you. Have a really blessed December, and I will see you over the next couple of weeks, and then possibly in the new year. It's really hot in here, isn't it? That was chaotic. Madeleine. Both my pussycats. Yeah, alright, we'll turn the fan on. It's really hot.